students, myself Sachin sir. This is your second lecture from chapter name Light, Shadow and Reflection. In previous lecture, we have completed what is light, and also we have discussed luminous and non-luminous bodies. So now you are able to differentiate between what is a luminous body and what do you mean by non-luminous body. But in this lecture we will talk about light and shadow and type of objects. So take out your copies and pen and try to write it down in your copy. Start. Light, shadow and reflection. You can see a pictures. The light is coming from luminous body and it is falling on the screen, and you can see that shadows are forming there. So now let's start. Type of object: transparent, translucent and opaque. What is a transparent object? It is very clear from the definition: material which allow light to pass through them completely are called transparent object. An object on the other side of the transparent object can be seen clearly. It is a very clear material which allow the light to pass through them completely and called transparent object. And the object on the other side of transparent object can be seen clearly. Yes, means the things through which you can see very clear, like a glass, like a spectacle, water, air, you can see very clear because all light are passing through it. When light passing through it, so you can see any object clearly through it. Like if you have a glass, so when you put that glass above your eyes, you can see through it to the other side, means that is a transparent object. What is a translucent? Let's see. The material which allow light to pass through them partially, not completely. In a transparent, light will pass completely, but in this type light will pass partially, are called translucent object. And or the other side, the translucent object can be seen but not very clear, means through when you will see through the translucent object cannot be seen very clear. Like dust glass, like milk, you can see, but it will be not very clear. You cannot see very clear image through the milk, through the dust glass. Examples are given: paper, single paper, certain type of designer glass, yes, colorful glasses, and tissue paper, oil paper you have seen. So these are the examples of translucent object. And what is the opaque? Material which do not allow light to pass through them, means light will be completely blocked. It cannot be passed through that object, that is called opaque. And opaque on the other side, object cannot be seen. Example: wood, metals, your body. These are the opaque objects. So my dear students, I am going to show you some animation which make you understand what is a transparent, what is a translucent and what is the object. Try to see and try to understand what I want to show you.
Transparent, translucent, and opaque object. Can you see through this? Yes, you can. And that is because glass is a transparent object. You can see clearly through the transparent objects, and this is because transparent objects allow light to pass through them completely. Now, look at the greasing paper. Can you see through greasing paper? You can see, but not clearly. Such types of objects are called translucent objects. These substances allow light to pass through them partially. Now, look at the sheet of wood. Can you see through sheet of wood? No, you can't see. These types of objects are called opaque objects. Opaque objects do not allow light to pass through them.
So my dear students, it is very clear from this animation what is transparent, what is translucent, and what is opaque. So whenever the question will be asked in your examination, I think you will be able to give the answer in your words.
Transparent, translucent.
Now, what is shadow? Shadow means when an opaque object is placed in the path of light. Opaque object, you know that what is opaque? Is placed in the path of light, a dark portion is formed on the opposite side of object on the screen, that is called shadow. Suppose you will stand in the front of sun, you can see that the shadow is forming behind you. Means whenever opaque object will come between light and screen, then shadow will form. So here I am going to show you some pictures. What is shadow? You can see a very small kids are there and they are forming a different kind of shadow on the wall. I think all of you are doing at your home like that. You are making with your fingers many pictures like deer, dogs. Here also you can see that very clear. What is shadow? Now, next topic is that propagation of light. What is a propagation of light? Light always travel in a straight line. Light always travel in straight line. You can see very clear. And the light travel in a straight line, that is called rectilinear propagation of light. So you know that what is a rectilinear propagation? Light travels in a straight line, that is called rectilinear propagation. By this photo and pictures, you can see what the exact meaning of propagation of light. See, you can see that a person is seeing through the pipe to the bulb, glowing bulb. So in a straight pipe, you can see very clear. But here is a second picture, has a bent picture, bent pipe. You cannot see. That indicates that light always passing in straight line. Here also you can see the picture through the cardboard. In the first picture, all cardboards are arranged in a sequence and they have a same size hole, so you can see the candle. But in the second picture, one cardboard is displaced. The third one, the cardboard is displaced from its place, so it cannot be seen burning candle. And by this experiment, it is very clear light always passing through the straight line. Means that is called propagation of light, and it is also called rectilinear propagation. Rectilinear propagation. What is a pinhole camera? I think I have given you project work to make the pinhole camera. So let try to understand what is a pinhole camera. A pinhole camera is a simple camera without lens in the shape of box. Of the side has small hole, one side, front side has a small hole, and it provide an inverted image of the any object, and the image of outer object is created inverted on the inner box translucent sheet. Yes, and a translucent sheet is used in pinhole camera that is opposite to the small hole. And when you start burning the candle, when you will see through it, you will see the picture of object will be inverted, and it will cast on that translucent screen, and it will be inverted pictures. So I want to show you its mechanism through its animation. So try to see that. You can see a person is using a pinhole camera, and he is seeing through that box to the table lamp. So by this animation you can understand better. Let's see.
Pinhole camera. The principle of pinhole camera is based on rectilinear propagation of light, that is, light travels in a straight line. Let us learn the working and construction of pinhole camera. The image formed by a pinhole camera is inverted and smaller in size when compared to the original object. Pinhole cameras are cheap and simple to make. Let's learn how to make a pinhole camera. Take two rectangular boxes that fit into one another without leaving any gap. Make a small hole in the larger box at the center. On the opposite side of the small box, cut from the middle a square of about 5 to 6 centimeters. Cover this opening with tracing paper. Finally, slide the smaller box into the larger box, ensuring that the pinhole and the tracing paper are in line with one another. Keep a lighted candle at a distance of 50 centimeters from pinhole camera. Now, look at the candle through the hole of pinhole camera. You can see the inverted image of a candle on the screen of the camera. Slide the smaller box to adjust the focus so that you can capture the clear image of a candle. Now, let us see what are observations of the image formed in the pinhole camera. Number 1. Image of a candle formed is diminished in size. Number 2. Image of a candle formed is inverted. Number 3. Image of a candle formed has color. Let us see how image was formed. A light ray from top of candle A falls on the tracing paper at A1 after passing through the pinhole O. A ray from the bottom of candle B falls on B1. Similarly, rays from the candle fall on the tracing paper after passing through the pinhole. Together, these points of light make up an image of a candle. You can see an inverted image of B1, A1 of a candle.
So my dear students, it is very clear from the picture how the images are formed by the help of pinhole camera. observation was the image will be diminished, means smaller than the object. Image, the size of image will be smaller than the object. And next one is that inverted image will be formed, means inverted image will be formed on the screen, and screen was translucent. So I think you are very well acquainted about these topic: transparent, translucent, and opaque, shadow, and the working mechanism of pinhole camera. So try to make the pinhole camera at your home and submit that project to your school, and teacher will check that project. Thank you, God bless, and a happy summer vacation.